Hi, if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd to December 21st, what can you expect for the month of September 2019? Let's tune in and find out. So there's going to be some new opportunities for you in September, and it may be something that you're already doing, and there's a branch that kind of breaks off, not breaks off, but goes off. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, and so it may be that you have income, and then you're seeing another way to make income with what you're already doing, or a new flow of income. But it feels like an opportunity to branch off and to make more money, to have more excitement, to be seen. Um, you also don't want to get ahead of yourself in terms of trying to make something happen. So in other words, I always tell people to be cautious when a reading comes in and says, oh, there's something that's going to branch off and you're going to make more money. And then something comes across the person's plate, or they try and force it to make it be, well, I'm going to try and make that work so it fits the reading. Don't ever do that. It's not good. It never works out well. It's about when the things come to you and then being able to recognize it, right? Unless the directive is go out and do this, right? So I'm just saying that because I feel like some of you may try and take what I just said and try and turn something prematurely into what I'm talking about, and that's not it. So this thing will come to you, not you going after it. And so if that to me means it's something outside of your control. So like the company you work for, maybe they come to you and say, hey, would you consider, you're managing this plant, would you consider doing this one as well? Like that sort of thing. They're coming to you and giving you or expanding your responsibilities with more money. Or it could be something completely different where somebody within the organization says, hey, we're thinking about doing XYZ. It's a completely different job, but you can make more money, right? So it's something that's coming into you. So it's good. All right, let's look and see about romance. For those of you that are in a romantic relationship now, that you're coupled up, let's see what September holds for the two of you. So really sweet, fun dynamic. I feel like some adventure coming up. So you may have a trip planned, an adventurous plan, a trip for the two of you. It feels like you're just really knowing how to move forward. It's a lot of fun. I feel like there's some good energy here, adventurous energy and travel in store for you for this month. There may be some like a needing to create some clarity around something that you may not see eye to eye on, that gets worked out. That feels like it really kind of comes forward more around that full moon in Pisces, September 14th. It's a little more sensitive. So there may be something that you talk about that's a little more sensitive in nature. For some of you, it could even be around having children, or it could involve your children. It could be, if you've got older kids, it could be an argument or a disagreement about how long you're going to support them, or whether you continue to support them, or whether you're going to pay for their college or not pay for their college. If you're younger, it could be that you might be talking about having a baby or not having another child or not, right? It feels like about giving birth or around children somehow involved. Unless it's just the two of you and one of you is being childish, which can be possible as well. So there you have it. All right, so the good news is you get it worked out. So let's move on to single Sages and those of you looking for love, what September might hold for you. There's just a lot of fun. I just feel like you guys are just being picked up, like swooped up, admired and loved and, cared for and treasured. So there's somebody that comes along this month that just they just fall in love with you. Now, here's the thing. This could also be a same-sex connection, meaning that it's not about sexual energy, but all of a sudden you meet your new best friend, right? Like, wow, she and I are so much alike and I love her so much. So it can also be not a sexual energy, but a newfound falling in love with a new bro. Like, oh my God, we're like new besties. Like that can happen as well. So, but there's this new thrust of energy of enjoyment and happiness and new relationships happening for you. Not just romantic sexually, but romantic in terms of like you've fallen in love with a new best friend. So there's that available as well. And for some of you guys that have just moved and gone off to college, absolutely that can happen. Both, right? New best friends in terms of the people you pal around with, as well as a new new sex partner. So let me see about that. And that feels like that could happen more towards the end of the month in terms of like somebody showing up stronger than the rest. At the end of the month, September 28th, there's a new moon in Libra. So it feels like that opens up to a more romantic relationship if you want it. I don't know if you want it because it really feels like you're having a good time in September. All right, let's move on to money and career for you, Sagittarius. So I feel a little cautious about money. Optimistic, but I'm being a little cautious about money. And I also feel kind of like you have a keen sense of what you need, what you don't need. I do feel money coming in, especially towards the end of the month. Money coming in, a lot of money coming in towards the end of the month. That's nice. And career, I just see you on the top of your career. Kind of like where you, if you believe in yourself, you can be at the top. So for those of you that don't have as much confidence, talk to people around you, get some feedback about what you're great at so that you're in your wheelhouse, because you don't want to miss this opportunity to really be at the top of your game. So when you know what's good about you, then you can lean on that and you can use that to create some forward momentum, because it really will, and it'll move you in the right direction and really elevate you above other people. So if you're unsure of what your strengths are, ask the people around you just to make sure that you're headed in the right direction with your career, because there's some good momentum here that can really move you to the top of your game. So want to make sure you're in the right game. Okay, so let's look at your health for Sagittarius. Just some cautious energy with your shoulders, right? A lot of times that has to do with responsibility, putting pressure on ourselves, right? But just don't do anything stupid. Like, sometimes when we're asked to do something, oh, can you lift that case of soda up and put it over here, right? Just be aware of what you're doing and don't just kind of like fling yourself around, because I'm seeing some of you need to be cautious with your shoulder and how you move this month. And so it's kind of reckless behavior that happens, not just regular, oh, okay, I'm going to be careful here, I'm going to know what I'm doing. That's different than just kind of like, okay, quickly rushing in, and it's slowing down and you'll be fine. So if you slow down when you're trying to move something and you take it slow, you'll be fine. It's the rushing that could cause a slight problem. Okay, let's see if there's any surprises for you, Sagittarius, for the month. Well, I'm just, I don't know if you're surprised or not, but I'm just kind of giddy. Like there's just this happy energy that comes in for the month around, and it could be around, just circumstances, people that you love, good things happening for them. It feels like there's new babies on the horizon. It feels like there's an excitement. Maybe people are getting married, but there's this breath of fresh air, of newness, of new things happening, whether it's for yourself or the people that you love. But it's just new energy, and you're just so darn happy about it. It feels really positive, and I feel like it carries over the whole month. So I just feel really happy. So it's a good month, Sagittarius. You're going to have a good month. There's a lot of happiness here for you. It doesn't feel like a heavy downer month at all. So August is behind us. July is behind us. June is behind us. May is behind us. Some of with those eclipses that we had in July really sent a lot of people reeling. So I feel like September, there's like, oh, thank God, right? Some good positive energy. All right, Sagittarius, thank you so much for viewing and liking and commenting on my intuitive astrology. Please feel free to share with your friends. In fact, I would appreciate it. And take care of yourself. Have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.